Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time you're watching this, welcome and greetings. So today we're back on the couch for another advice segment. And today's advice is going to be tips on falling asleep faster. Yeah, I know, that's hard to do, especially in today's era, in today's age where we have so many distractions. It's crazy. But I'm here to help. I am here to give you some simple tips. Just a little background on my sleeping habits. Ever since I was a kid, I used to go to bed at 8 p.m. every night from Sunday to Thursday, because Friday and Saturday, you could stay up until 10. That was basically my school schedule. And even as a kid, I thought to myself, this is logical because I have to get up really early in the morning, usually 7 for class. And I didn't think much of it. I didn't fight it. I didn't say to myself, ooh, I want to go out every single night, party, live life, or oh, I want to stay up and watch TV. I just went to bed and it was kind of a normal. So I think that I've adapted a very healthy routine to give some advice. I always thought to myself, I needed sleep and I didn't want to be tired when I got up in the morning. And also, shout out to mom. And I noticed in today's era, kids and adults are just always up all the time. So in today's video, I will give some tips on how to fall asleep faster. All right, tip number 1, plan it out. Plan it out. I feel like this is the ongoing theme for all tips. You gotta really plan it out. Make it part of your schedule. What I mean by that, it has to become a routine. So when you plan something, hopefully you can stick to it. Now, I'm not saying you plan it every single night. That's not what I'm saying. But try to plan it anytime that you can. Get in the habit. Make it a ritual. Make it a routine. Also, when you're planning it, don't be unrealistic. If you come home by 10, don't plan, oh, I'm gonna sleep by 10:30. It's not gonna happen. You still have to eat, shower, organize, whatever else you gotta do when you come home. Also relax. You also gotta be realistic. Plan out a reasonable and realistic time based on yourself. And also give yourself leeway. Just because you're planning a set time doesn't mean, okay, I have to go to sleep exactly on the dot. If we were like that, then we would be like that. But we're not like that. So it's okay to give yourself a 10 to 15 minute window to just relax, especially when no one can really fall asleep that fast in an instant. It just doesn't happen. But you gotta plan it out. Tip number 2 is about relaxing sounds. What do I mean by this? So for me, this actually doesn't work. When I put on like music or waves or oceans or rain, it doesn't work. I'm more of a natural sleeper. So if it is raining outside, I love to just hear that and drift away. Amazing. But music can actually help you fall asleep. Now with this, you have to make sure the sounds are not too high, too up-tempo. You gotta make sure you have soothing, easygoing sounds that actually can just get in your brain and say, hey, this is soothing, this is cool, this is chill, and then just fall asleep. So low tempo is the best for making you relax. Up tempo, well, that's for the party. Number 3, use technology. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's dangerous, right? Everybody says the opposite. Don't use technology. Get away from it. Screen time, lower it. All of that. I get that. But in reality, we use it all the time. All the time. You watching this, screen time. But what you gotta do, and this is a really important key, you gotta have certain things or certain shows or a movie or something or a talk show or podcast that it's soothing and calm. Listen to it. Listen to it, watch it, use it to your advantage. Hopefully that can make you fall asleep. Now that is the most important thing right there, is the hope. Now the problem is when we're watching something close to bedtime, we might not want to sleep because it's exciting, it's engaging. You want to keep watching it. So you got to find something that's a little bit low pace, a little bit easy going, and just calm. That's the biggest thing. Slow pacing shows are the best ones to watch. So don't watch those during the day. Keep them maybe an hour before you actually want to fall asleep, and use it to your advantage. Don't run away from it. The more you try to run from it, the more you're gonna want it. Manipulate it in a way and use it to your advantage. Tip number 4, avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol within 2 hours before wanting to sleep. This is a lot, and I get it, but think about it. If you're using these kind of sugars and liquids, you're using them to get a blood rush, what's gonna happen when you wanna sleep? It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So what you gotta do is have water, but not too much water, because then you're gonna wanna do bathroom breaks. And you don't wanna do that all through the night. You wanna sleep. So you have to cut that out. At least I say 2 hours is a good time frame to say, hey, I'm going to bed in 2 hours, can't do the sugars, can't do the caffeine, can't do soda, juice. Keep it simple. Water is probably the best liquid to have with your dinner or with something before you go to bed. It's the easiest thing also. Remember, the goal is to sleep, not to stay awake. So you gotta make sure you don't drink those heavy caffeinated beverages. It's easy, but it's also hard because you want a little sweet, you want a little taste, but you gotta reel it back. You gotta say, hey, I'm going to bed in 2 hours or 1 hour, whatever you can do, just stop it, just reel it back. You have to train yourself to do that. All of these tips are not one-day fixes. You gotta train at it. It's a habit. You have to make it a habit. Number 5, eat lighter meals for dinner. Eat lighter meals. I know. This one is huge. When you're having dinner, you don't want to be stuffed. Have you ever had that feeling you eat so much and you literally want to sleep, but you can't because you're so stuffed? That's exactly the point. You can't sleep because your body won't let you. Your body is not comfortable. So it's not gonna let you sleep. So you have to eat lighter. Portion control is huge when it comes to dinner. Also, just because I'm saying eat lighter doesn't mean don't be full. What I mean is eat half of your portions, let's say for dinner, and then have a little snack, and then end it with maybe a fruit. That's it. Don't go too big with dinner. Try not to have dessert as much as possible. Also chips as much as possible, because chips make your mouth watery and then you want to drink more. And there, you know, we have that cycle of staying up again. If you're trying to sleep on a full stomach, it's really uncomfortable and you're gonna be tossing and turning and you're not gonna have a comfortable night's sleep. Low on the sugary sweets. Try it. You gotta try to cut down at dinner. Lunchtime, maybe even breakfast, you can have something a little sweet, but when it comes to dinner, cut down on those sugary sweets. It's gonna help you fall asleep. Number 6, activity is key. Hear me out here. So when you take little kids to the park, you take them there because you want them to run around, you want them to have fun, go on the swings, monkey bars, slides, everything. Because you want to tire them out. Yes, you want them to have fun. Of course, have fun. But you want them to be tired when they come home so they can sleep. If they have all that energy bottled up at home, they're not going to sleep. They're gonna be running around, causing a mess, causing a ruckus. So what you gotta do is that with yourself. Now, when it comes to activity, you gotta make sure you plan it wisely. So you don't want to plan it right before you go to bed, because then your body is gonna be pumped up and ready to do more. A good activity that I always try to do, especially when I come home from work or come home from somewhere really late and I know I gotta sleep soon, you have energy, you have it, but you have to put it to use in the right way and also mix it up. This is a little bit concept that I do, and I'm pretty sure many people do it too. Let's say I'm washing dishes or I'm doing a chore around the house. I'll have a video on, I'll have music on, I'll have something on, so I'm occupied on that, but I'm also doing the task, which is an activity, and your body is getting tired in that moment, but you're also doing what you would have been doing if you were on the couch, which is probably YouTube. So mix it in. Mix the activities in your daily routine, especially when you're trying to get to bed, but you also have things to do. It's easy to just come home, sit down, and do nothing. Easy. But then you look at yourself and you're just like, man, I could have did that. I could have did this. I got to put this on the to-do list. And then it's too late and you got to sleep or try to sleep. So try to mix in your activities with your regular daily fun that you're doing, such as watching a video or listening to music or listening to a podcast. Don't just put it on and sit down and do nothing. Mix in activity. It's gonna tire you out and then you can sleep better. Number 7, comfortable is key. Now this is important. If you're on an uncomfortable bed and you're lumpy and you're moving and you can't sleep, you gotta wash the sheets. You gotta do something. Also, play around with different thread counts. It may affect your body in more ways than one. Some thread counts work for some people while others don't work for some people. So you gotta make sure you see what it is. Also look at the material. Maybe you like more cotton. Maybe you like satin. Maybe you like silk. I don't know. But you gotta see what you like in terms of your body, in terms of you being comfortable. When you lay your head on that pillow, you want to say, wow, this is comfortable, I'm comfy. If you're not saying that, you got to make a change. Change the pillows, change the mattress, change the whole bed. Throw the whole bed out if you have to, but you got to do something. Got to be comfortable in your own bed, because that is where you're trying to fall asleep. If you're not comfy, how can you sleep? Number 8, exercise. Now, this is a tough one because you have to try to get in this activity, which is exercise, before you go to bed. But also, because you're tired, you don't want to exercise. So what do? Along with planning it out, you got to make sure when you're actually getting to work out, you do high volume instead of long time. You want to go harder, faster. Just break that sweat as soon as possible. If you're trying to do things, let's say you want to work out for a whole hour. Let's say you have that. You can do a whole hour, right? Now say to yourself, okay, let's cut that in half. Let's do 30 minutes, high resistance, high weight, high volume. Do it. Trust me, it's gonna help you tire yourself out faster. It's just gonna help you tire yourself out and also make it part of your routine. And that weight resistance and that kind of high energy workout is gonna push your body and you're gonna be tired. Number 9, it takes time. It takes time. Sleeping regular is a process. It is literally not going to happen overnight, okay? It can be a very slow process. And the thing that you have to gauge is the progress. How are you going to overcome this hurdle? Now, you can say to yourself, okay, every day I'm gonna set a bedtime. That's fine, you can do that. Now, what if you don't meet that bedtime? What happens? You get discouraged. You're just like, okay, well, I can't go to sleep, so I'm just gonna stay up now. That's the problem. You have to understand that it takes time. You wanna set a hard routine to yourself at first, but you gotta say to yourself, well, if I could have done this hard routine, I would have done it a long time ago. But the truth is, you really can't do it that easily. So you gotta break it down. You gotta take it in strides. What I mean by that is every little thing that you do, let's say you follow every single tip and in one night it doesn't work. Don't give up. You have to try something and understand that it takes time. But now you have to build on that. Okay, yesterday I fell asleep at 10. Today I want to try to be 9:30. Do something small and build. Get that momentum up. Overall, it is about making this routine a part of your life, making it a habit. And it's not easy. Like I said, it's not easy. There's not one tip or one thing that you can do that's gonna change it 100%. And I think most of us, we look for that one thing and it doesn't happen. And then we get discouraged. So listen, it takes time. Understand your body. Understand what you want. And then also understand what you need. Not everyone needs 8 hours. Not everyone needs 6 hours. Not everyone needs 10 hours. Whatever your body is telling you, you gotta listen to it. The purpose of going to sleep faster is thinking about the future. And that mindset you have to adapt as well. You gotta say, okay, well, if I don't go to sleep now, I know I'm gonna be tired in the morning. I know I'm not gonna have time to make breakfast. So be real with yourself. Understand there's negatives to not falling asleep. When you put that on yourself and you think about it, hopefully it can lead to making one of these tips part of your routine. And then you can move on and be better. You have to commit because then you can achieve it. Now, these were just some basic tips. You got this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for the continuous support. Have a great day. Thank you.